To install DeliverPoint, navigate to the deliverpoint.zip file that you would have downloaded from lightningtools.com, and in there double click onto the deliverpoint.msi installation package. At the welcome screen, choose Next, accept the terms of the license agreement, optionally change the install path, so this is going to install to program files Lightning Tools DeliverPoint, click Next and click Install. Once the binaries are installed, click Finish, and we can now execute the DeliverPoint configuration wizard, and you should see a shortcut to that on your desktop. Double click onto the DeliverPoint configuration wizard, select Next at the initial screen, and here we need to enter the impersonation account. This is the account that is going to crawl the Active Directory, and it's also going to crawl the permissions within inside SharePoint as well. You can create a new service account for DeliverPoint, which would be recommended. That account would need to be a farm administrator and therefore a member of the farm administrators group with full control in order to be able to crawl all of the permissions within the SharePoint environment. So we can enter in the name of the account, enter the password, and select Next. The next stage is to specify where the DeliverPoint database will be stored. So this can be any SQL server, so we can provide the name of the SQL Server instance and the name of the database that we want to create. The database will be populated with the contents of the Active Directory crawl and also the SharePoint crawl, and that database is used in future reports where it involves using more than one site, such as a unique permissions report. As we select Next, DeliverPoint will now install the WSP, the DeliverPoint UI solution, as well as create the database for you. So you will need to ensure that also this account has the permissions to create a database on the SQL Server. Optionally, we can make this compatible with all SharePoint versions. What that allows me to do, if we've enabled an upgrade from SharePoint 2010, for example, to 2013, and we're using a mixture of different sites, such as the 2010 look and feel from the 2010 themes or master pages, as well as the 2013 themes, we can use the compatible with all SharePoint versions so that the look and feel of DeliverPoint adapts to that of the site that it is stored within. If we click on to Start, the DeliverPoint installation will take place. So the database has been created and the user interface solution is being deployed. The configuration has now completed, so we can choose Next to continue, followed by Finish. Now before we can use DeliverPoint, we need to navigate to the SharePoint Central Administration, whereby we're going to go through and start the crawl of the Active Directory and also the crawl of SharePoint. And depending on your environments, this can take a while. It can vary from just a couple of minutes through to a couple of hours. So first of all, we're going to navigate to the monitoring link on the left hand side, and under Review Job Definitions we'll find there's a number of jobs starting with the word DeliverPoint. The first job that we need to run is the DeliverPoint Authentication Store Interrogation. Now this job typically runs every week at 2 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday, but we're going to run this job now manually. We'd recommend that you run this job for the first time during downtime, such as a weekend or evening, just in case there is a lengthy crawl process. Once the Authentication Store crawl has completed, we can now go to the DeliverPoint SharePoint interrogation. This would typically run every day at 2 o'clock in the morning. We can run it now manually, and that will then crawl the SharePoint permissions and store those within inside the DeliverPoint SQL database. Now that we've executed those crawls, we're going to navigate to SharePoint. And from the Site Actions menu, we're going to navigate to the DeliverPoint page. And we can see that currently the crawling is taking place, so as soon as that crawl has finished, we'll be able to see the tree view for our environment and start to use DeliverPoint and its functionality. So the crawl has now finished. You will notice that in here we have the server farm, and we can begin to expand the web applications and the sites and start to execute some of our permission reports.